What's up, my little Tattle Tells? You'll come and sit down and shut the door. We have to talk about what's going on with Ime Udoka. You guys, I have been scouring the net because I'm like, something's not making sense. Now, just to bring you guys a little bit up to speed, there's been a couple of developments since Waj put up that tweet telling us that he would be suspended. Let me just throw this up here to bring you guys up to speed, that Ime would be suspended for the remainder of, for a whole season, and they'll revise it, like, review it later, which lets you know that he's pretty much fired. This is unprecedented. So Watch put up the receipt saying the Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka is likely to facing a suspension for the entire 2022-2022 season for his role in a consensual relationship with a female staff member, sources tell ESPN. A formal announcement is expected as soon as today. And I said, it's odd that the word consensual came out and everybody was grasping onto that. So I started doing a little digging because something just wasn't feeling right. And you guys, listen, what does everybody pretty much know, right? One, he moved Nia Long out there as his fiance and the mother of one of his son 2 weeks before all this blew up. He was having an affair with one of the VP's wives, but he was also having an affair with the girl that planned travel for the team. To which I said this: a consensual affair with the wife, according to all the athletes, including Matt Barnes, that stuff happens all the time. The affair with the girl that planned travel and even coordinated the travel of moving Nia and his son, his family, over to Boston, while that is disgusting, there's nothing really illegal about that. It's morally reprehensible, but making that girl actually do her job while you're having an affair, there's nothing illegal about that. So then I thought about what Matt Barnes said. And Matt Barnes was like, this is sick, it's deep, it's 1,000 times worse. And Matt Barnes, one of the most prolific people, that was like, this is like, first of all, Matt Barnes is out of his mind. So Matt Barnes has told you, you've gone too far, baby. You have not missed hell by it. You missed it by a mile, right? So Matt Barnes first came out and everybody was like, oh my God, he's the best. How dare you? But everybody quickly that knew the matter kept withdrawing their support. Even Matt Barnes came on and apologized. And that's when I said, all right, Twitter, let's activate and let's see what's going on. And we think we've actually found something. Are you guys ready for this? You guys hit that like and subscribe button. You know I've been working hard. Also, if you're into gossip, check out my other playlist. My interview with Candy Burrs is up. Claire Sumner's is up. Also, Real Housewives of Atlanta recap is up. Okay, we got that all out of there. Now let's get into what we actually know. So He'll Bake Bets actually posted some interesting tweets. Now, why is this account so important? I'll tell you why. Woj tweeted this September 22nd. He'll Bakes, this is actually really important because this is what makes them so thing. Yes, so one day before, Woj literally tweeted that he had been suspended. He'll Bake Deets, a day before, said, sources, a major news story will be breaking within the coming weeks regarding the Boston Celtics. High-ranking Celtics officials have had to return home from international vacations to deal with this abrupt fiasco. Stay tuned, there will be a major deal when the story breaks. Woj then tweeted a day after, it's Ime. All the commotion ensued. There was also another, Juan Bennett Ramsley, literally tweeted 4 days before He'll Baked even tweeted, if there's one person who'll never get fired for sleeping around, it's Ime. That was tweeted, right? That was tweeted before. All right, so we're on the thing. Whoever these people are, it's burner accounts and they have inside information. They have inside information. Anyway, they say He'll Bake Deets just tweeted this today and said they had it a day before Woj actually broke it. So they have inside information. And it was too spot on the nose to think that this was just like a random guess, okay? Sources say that Ime was involved in multiple workplace affairs, not just one, not just two. Forget about the VP catching his wife on Ring camera. Yeah, fine. But that does not warrant a literally championship coach being suspended for a year. Sports people, y'all know something's up. This is just weird, right? It said sources say Ime was involved in multiple workplace affairs, one of which resulted in pregnancy. Hence, the very sensitive nature of the situation that the Celtics are trying to deal with. Now, the VP's wife, right? I'm going to put this all together, but it's important I say this. The VP's wife, Kathleen Nemo Lynch, who's the wife of the senior VP, right? And of course, Nia Long's fiance, Ime Udoka, the team found out about the affair and issued a warning. This is all rumor. This is speculation, okay? But I'm telling you what's come up days before Woj actually reported on it. And it was too spot on. So I'm just telling you the speculation because, again, if you guys think that they are suspending this guy for a whole season, which he's probably fired because they're going to revisit it later, and they're giving press conferences on protecting the women, not one, not two, but all the women in the franchise. And Matt saying it's deeper, darker, sicker than anybody imagined. Just listen to the speculation. Tell me what you think. The team found out about the affair, issued a warning to stop. The affair continued. The team confronted the couple again. Now Kat is crying. This is all speculation, is crying the R word. She's crying the R word. They're saying that she was busted and now she's crying it's non-consensual to safe space. Ime is suspended for a whole year. There's an investigation. Matt Barnes said it's 100 times uglier, right? This is a rumor for now. We have to take it with a grain of salt, right? But we need to ask, what is going on so much? There were other rumors that what was going on was Ime became obsessed with one of the women that he was dating. There were also people pregnant and there were forced AV words, abort, right? There was forced that he was literally running it like it was his own whorehouse. And one of the reasons is they're saying this is all rumor speculation, but if the speculation is true, that he was actually harassing and forcing women to terminate. And it wasn't just one, it wasn't just two, it was multiple. The woman, the VP that said that it was consensual, but then after she broke it off, he kept forcing the issue. That is something completely different. Okay? And people are starting to say that Woj himself was wrong to even tweet that it was consensual because that word is now being contested between him and all the women that he was dealing with. It wasn't one, it wasn't two. It was crazy. Now, I do have to say, right? I do have to say that what's the odds he just started this? He hasn't even been in that position for a year and he was already in those streets wilding out. Something tells me that a cloud followed him. I know they do background checks. Just hear me out. I know they do background checks on new coaches. The Celtics wouldn't be that sloppy. However, if it was relationships that were unbeknownst to them, it's just like when this happened right now, they didn't know about it and they had to fly out and take care of it. They're saying it's not one, it's not two, it's multiple. And he was very forceful in continuing the relationships. Pregnancies evolved and he maybe had a hand in not wanting those pregnancies. But also look at this about the fact of how do we know that it's multiple women? Again, everybody keeps looking at Kathleen Nemo Lynch. Again, these burner accounts that had the inside information 24 hours to 3 days before the news broke, and it was specific. They're saying something different. They're saying that Kathleen Nemo Lynch, while there were things, she is also a red herring. That is not what got him suspended. And it's not what Matt is saying is like really, really sick and just deep and 100 times worse, right? Now look at this though, right? this is Shaz Karyana of the, listen, okay, hold on. There's one thing I want to show you guys. This is actually really important. Okay, so this is the part. The Boston Celtics owner, Gorsbeck, right, says suspension was a result of months-long investigation. So this just didn't just happen, right? Even though they had to fly in because more information was coming up very quickly. This was months long. They literally hired an independent legal firm to come and investigate. And for those that you guys don't know, when the legal firm comes in and investigates, they try to see what's going on in the organization. They then expand their investigation outside the organization because they need to see how deep things go, right? This is just standard part. But because you pay for the investigation, the results are only given to your organization. They're not given to prosecution or anything else. But get this. It came after the investigation by an independent law firm uncovered multiple violations of team policies. They said, I'm concerned about the situation and its impact on everybody in the Celtics organization. I hope this represents the beginning of a new chapter and a chance to turn the page and move forward with things to some extent resolved. They went on to say that it's not just a suspension. It's going to come with a significant financial penalty, and that no one besides Ime within the organization is going to be disciplined as a result of the investigation, right? So again, they're saying nobody knew about this but Ime and the girls, the women that he was harassing. Yeah, he had an intimate relationship with a female member. That's not enough to warrant the suspension. And even when Matt Barnes and everybody heard about it, even with the affair, they're like, oh my God, grow up. We all have our affairs, right? However, they did hire a law firm to conduct an investigation. That investigation concluded on Wednesday. They said that, saying that it would be discussed, whether he would return will be discussed at a later date. They're saying we're not going to get into our deliberations. This felt right, but there's no clear guidelines for any of this. It's conscience and a gut feel. We collectively came to this and got there, but it was not clear what to do, but it is clear something substantial needed to be done, and it was. It's been a hard time. The only thing I'd like to say is that I thought, and we mentioned it already, we have a lot of talented women in our organization. And I thought Thursday was really hard on them. Nobody can control Twitter speculation, this, that, and the third. Listen, you guys, again, this is all things speculating, but there are people that released information early that are basically saying that obsessive, forcing relationships, maybe trying to force pregnancies to be terminated, stalking, harassment. And it wasn't one, it wasn't two. That VP is a red herring. It wasn't just a girl from travel. He was wilding out. And if you were wilding out that bad after being there for a year, what else are you wilding out about? You guys, listen, this is developing. Look at this. I'm just flustered. This is developing. I'll keep you guys posted, but yeah, it's going from bad to worse. And listen, you know when Matt Barnes abandons you for being problematic, you have lost the plot. Anyway, my little Tattle Tells, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.